everyone, this is KimMeWyatt and welcome to this video. Today I am going to shock you guys, and when I tell you some genetically modified organisms that are used to produce our fruits and vegetables if you live within these here United States, as well as some facts that is inclusive of the United States and other places on the planet. And also I'm going to give you like some, let's see, how can I put it? I'm going to do some analogies with our health and skin, okay? Before that, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to click that notification bell so that you, that's you, will be one of the first to get notifications of new vids I post up, all right? And also scroll down to the bottom where the text is posted. You will see 10 terms. I usually will give you these terms at the beginning when I do a video, but you know what, to save time, I've decided to just go ahead and put the terms. They were going to be there anyway, but I put the terms there and you guys look them up. I do suggest that you look up these terms, look up 5 videos per term, and I suggest you look up these terms via a video format platform, and right now that would be YouTube, okay? And that's going to yield you 10 terms, 50 videos. And you're like, 50 videos? Well, first of all, most of them are just 12 minutes. Okay, so it's not really like they're that long. But I'm asking you to do that because I am a victim of gang stalking, and you may be too. And a lot of you don't know that you're a victim of gang stalking. And so knowledge is power. And so you need to find out if you may be a victim. But also the reason for the 50 videos is so that you can get information from different people, from other victims of this crime. Okay, it's definitely a crime, and I want you guys to know what's going on. Okay, so scroll down and look at those, check out those 10 terms after watching this video. Okay, so you guys, I came up with my own skin and hair care line and yada yada yada, doing research on this and that. And I have to tell you, growing up, I was not a fruit and vegetable girl. I did not eat fruits and vegetables. The vegetables I ate was corn, greens, potatoes. CGP. That was it. I did not eat any other veggies. Every blue moon as I got older, like maybe 10-ish, I realized that green beans were not that bad. And 10 or 12, I think I was more closer to 12, I started eating green beans. Didn't eat a lot of them like I would the other 3, but I would eat green beans. Nothing other than that. And I remember my mom trying to shove some beans down my throat, basically, not really, but she put them on my plate, and I'm like, I did not want them. I was not having it. I had my little feet crossed, and they were swinging back and forth, and I was not having them, and I was the only one left at the table, and I was going to get a whooping if I did not eat them, and I was not budging, and she wasn't either. And finally, she, after sitting there forever, she told me I could get up, but I got threatened with a whooping, and I was like, no, I don't want a whooping. I don't want to eat them. Fast forward, she didn't cook beans all the time, but she cooked them again, and I guess she forgot that she let me leave, and she put them on my plate again, and I'm like, I know she did not put these beans on my plate again. And I'm looking at her, the back of her head, because she's at at the stove and the sink. Like, don't you remember you like let me go last time? Like, what's really going on? But I wasn't eating them then, and so it was just one of those things that I'm going to tell you. She let me get up. She really let me get up. And I also remember a couple of times my brothers, when she would turn her back, they would get them, or they would say they would eat them, because I guess I was a little spoiled in the end. Yeah. Someone told me, a couple of people told me I was spoiled, and I'm like, no, I'm not spoiled. Yeah. And then I don't think they wanted me to get a whooping. Although I never really cared about them getting a whooping. That's amazing. No, I'm just joking. No. Well, if they deserved it, they deserved it. No. Okay, seriously. Yeah, I remember my brothers getting them and eating them because I'm not having it, or I would hear them say, I want them, I'll eat them, and they, and I was given the clear to get up. Yeah, but okay, so fruits, grapes. I ate grapes, but I stopped eating them. I stopped eating grapes, and then it got to the point I weaned myself from grapes. I don't know why. I like sour fruits, and so they had to be pretty sweet and sour. I like sweet and sour fruits. And so I get a handful of them when my mom would buy them, and that would be it. I wouldn't get any more, and they would sit in there, and someone else would eat them or whatever. Plums, love plums, love plums. I'm a plum girl. I will die a plum girl. Plums are sweet and sour. So, pears. I loved pears. Even though pears were not all that sour, they were hard. I would only eat the hard ones. And it was just something about pears and I forgot about that. And also, let's see, pears, plums, grapes, watermelon. I'm telling you, my mom had watermelon. Every year she would have watermelon every season when they were out. And I'm telling you, I probably ate some watermelon like once every 4 years. Just didn't eat no cantaloupe, no anything else she had. No honeydew melon, nothing. And so right now, before I get into the genetically modified items that we're consuming, and they are produced in the U.S. as well as other places, I'm going to tell you some fruits and vegetables that I eat now that I'm an adult, way past time. And I prayed that if I had kids, that my kids would love fruits and vegetables. And I have to say, I had to replenish tomatoes a lot in my home because my kids would literally just get a tomato and rinse it off and eat it. And I prayed for that. And so God blessed me to have children that ate, fruits and vegetables and things like that. Tomatoes, the number one thing. Okay. But since now that I coined myself the smoothie queen, let me tell you some things that I now eat that I would never touch. Okay. Or basically touched and stopped touching, or, and what I mean by touching, eating. Eating vegetables, squash. You couldn't get me to eat squash. Squash? What? No, it wasn't happening. I now eat squash, and I have to say I've had a variety of different types of squash. Okay? And I've made squash medleys, like dishes with squash in them. Lettuce. Let us eat lettuce. Yes, I will. I don't ask for it, but if there's lettuce on my hamburger when I order it, and even though I tell them what I want and they accidentally put lettuce on it, or I have gone up and just, do you want lettuce? Because I take everything off basically. Yeah, you can go ahead and keep it on there. So, but the last couple of hamburgers I've had, I actually kept I wanted the lettuce, So lettuce, I'm eating lettuce now. I won't go buy it and eat it, but I will buy it. That's a lie. If I make a taco salad and I put taco salad. I will put lettuce. Let me say that. I was about to give you some ingredients that I put in my taco salad, but yeah, with the big bowl, yeah, I will make those. Tomatoes, nah. I would eat tomatoes in stew, ketchup, no problem. Tomato soup, love it, but just to eat a tomato, never. Soup, stews, tomatoes. Now, I have always incorporated tomatoes in my soups, my stews. And I don't think I've ever made soup, but, and I've always loved tomato soup. And like I said, ketchup, but I would put them in my stews. And now I have incorporated tomatoes in other dishes. So besides stews. Okay. So yeah. Onions. One of my clients, my hair clients had me, challenged me to actually eat a piece of onion raw. Just bite into it and chew it. And I was surprised to find that it was pretty sweet. It wasn't what I expected, although the back of my throat was burning. But here's the deal. My mom always cooked with onions, and I cook with onions, but I just would not eat them. I would actually cook with onions, smothered steak, fix everyone's plate, and they can have the onions, and I would take the onions out of my gravy. Of course it's smothered, but I would take the onions, smothered steak, but I would remove the onions and put them to the side and eat. I always incorporated them, and my mom did too, but I always incorporated them in my dressing, and I would eat them chopped up. I'm not going to pick all that out of dressing and the dressing delicious. So I didn't do that. Never on hamburgers until recently, in other words, I don't ask for onions on a hamburger, but and it's got to be the little bitty chopped ones like at McDonald's or something like that. Other than that, and where I forgot to tell them to take them off, but I'll eat them, that kind of thing. But just to go up, hey, yeah, can I have some onions, please, and pickles and no, not going to do that. Not ever going to do that. And when I make hamburgers homemade, I don't put onions on there, but I do eat my onions now. When I incorporate them in dishes, I will actually eat them. For instance, smothered potatoes, I will tear them up. Okay, here's another one. Kale. Now, when I was growing up, there was no such thing as kale. Kale would have sounded to me like someone's name. Hey, Kale! Yeah. Well, Kale's over there playing too, and or something like that. I don't know. Kale is actually, I thought it was in the greens families and the cabbage family, which cabbage, greens, okay, same thing. And I just recently made some kale and some cabbage. There's another one, cabbage. You couldn't get me to eat cabbage. Cabbage? No, my mom cooked cabbage all the time, and I would not eat cabbage. Then as an adult, I fixed it and buttered it down, and when I was married, and I ate some. But in other words, I just, no. But just recently, and as a matter of fact, twice, I had acquired 2 huge cabbages and 4 big bags of kale, and so 2 bags and cabbage went into this big pot, and I sauteed the cabbage and some butter, ghee, and the whole kit and caboodle, and then put them in with the kale, and oh God, they were delicious. And so I had some left, and I just, as of yesterday, as a matter of fact, finished off those 2 bags as well as the cabbage. I did it again, in other words, seasoned all up, and I gave a lady who I had promised some greens, and she already got her greens, when I did the first batch. But since I had some more left over, I shared a huge amount with her. Yeah. So that's it. Beans, as mentioned, beans, no. Now here's the deal. When my mom would cook hamburger with beans, cooked ground beef with beans, I would eat it. When I would do ground beef with beans, you put the tomatoes in there, and there's another dish, and hook it up. I would eat them, but I would not eat them just, here's a bowl of beans. No, I'm not going to do that. Chili. I got to have chili with beans. I do not like chili, regular plain chili. Chili with beans, got to have it. Just a weirdo, you guys, just weird. When my mom had 2 choicey kids when it came to cuisine, and that was myself and one of my brothers. And as a matter of fact, when she would cook chicken, I only ate chicken breasts, and to this day, that's all I eat. And so she would cook 2 chickens, and one of my brothers got two breasts, and I got the other 2 breasts. Yeah. Y'all can have that. We're going to have this, Okay, fruits, peaches. I ate peaches as a child, and I stopped eating them. And here's the deal. I did not like mangoes. I mean, I'm not papayas. That's one of them. We didn't have papayas, but I eat them now. But peaches, I did not like. Oh God, what is the other thing from peaches? Oh, the other thing that looks like nectarines. Ironically, I would eat peaches, but I would not eat nectarines, and then I stopped eating peaches altogether. Well, I eat them now again, but not just biting them. I coined myself the smoothie queen, you guys. I make some bad smoothies, and my smoothies are going to have about 22 to 26 items in the smoothies. And so these fruits that I'm mentioning that I eat now, let me clarify, I don't just bite them. I actually have to have them in smoothies. I still, to this day, will not bite into the fruits, even if I used to when I was a kid. Let's see, nectarines. And then I just said a fruit that I, by accident, looking for the word nectarines, and that it leaves me again. Well, I didn't say tangerines, but I was thinking of tangerines. I have always eaten tangerines, and I still eat tangerines, sweet and sour. Oranges, couldn't stand them. But orange juice, would drink the you-know-what out of orange juice, and as I got older, I realized it was causing me acne, the pasteurization. But was it pasteurization, or was it GMO? When I got older, I'm like, okay, yeah, it probably was genetically modified, the oranges. Bananas, you couldn't get me to eat a banana, and to this day, just peel it and eat it. It better have $100 wrapped around it. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. But in my smoothies, it's a mainstay in my smoothies. I have to have, and I have to have bananas in my smoothies, and I make smoothies without bananas when I run out. But trust me, I am not a happy camper. I love to have bananas in my smoothies, but I will not just pick a banana up and eat it. Nah. Sorry. Papayas and mangoes, we never had them as a kid. But my mom started consuming mangoes once we left the domain. You know, she would buy them maybe because of recommendation from a doctor or something. But in my smoothies, what? Yeah. And if you guys don't know what, when I say what, listen to my materials. I did and I oftentimes will say it, but it just came out of the blue. And I did a video, and I think it's in the video, let's see, your blowjob game sucks, ... why your man may be unfaithful. Because I have a romance and relationships playlist, okay? And I said, what? I think that's the video. And I followed that with, you know, that guy from Australia who passed away. He was from Australia, and he works with animals. And he had a little girl, and he was married, and he passed away because a stingray, he was underwater, and a stingray jabbed him. And he started bleeding, and he died. And I was like, he would be the only person who would know what kind of bird this is. What? Yeah. But I'm actually saying what? Okay. So yeah, that's it. Those are the fruits and vegetables that I eat now, and I probably missed some, but that's okay. But and as far as the fruits, the veggies I eat now, I just will not eat them as a standalone. I'm usually going to have squash I will, lettuce I will, but tomatoes no, onions no. But I'll make medleys, you guys, and mix them up, you know, that way. Okay, but here is the shocking news. And if it's okay with you guys, I would really like to turn my heater on because it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly. You guys remember Chilly Willy the penguin? I'm Chilly Willy the penguin, 'cause I'm Chilly Willy all the time. Oh my God, I used to love, you guys, I loved Chilly Willy the penguin. I bet you guys are like, who? What? You didn't know about Chilly Willy the penguin? Okay, I'm 50. Okay, you probably didn't know about Chilly. He's cute. Oh my God, he had these big cheeks. Okay, so here we go. Okay, are you sitting down? I hope so. You guys, we have been consuming, and I can say we now because I'm consuming these fruits and vegetables. We've been consuming and bamboozled about what we're putting in our mouths if you live and reside in these here United States as well as other countries. First one I'm going to shock you guys about, and the FDA is involved in genetically modified organisms as far as the approval of them and our fruits and vegetables, or approval in them to produce our fruits and vegetables. All right. And this could be just to remove dark spots, to keep the fruit from getting dark. Let's see, approved for herbicides rather. Approved for just anything, insecticides. Approved for chemicals, you guys, chemicals. Okay, so here we go. The first one's corn. 88% of corn in the U.S. is genetically modified. You didn't know that? Now you do. 88% of the corn crop in the U.S. is genetically modified. So, corn is in our corn. This is our cornmeal. It's in popcorn. The cereal is in most cereals. Yeah. Corn oil, which I do not consume. Yeah, corn is 88% genetically modified, the crops in the U.S. Yeah. And also, it is a staple in animal feed. So here we go. I told you I was going to get analytical, and I was going to do some statistics. You guys, this is an analogy. A lot of us have acne. Acne is one of the causes of acne or breakouts is corn. It really is, which is one of the reasons why I don't do vegetable oil, canola, or corn oil. I do not consume those oils. As a matter of fact, if you've been around, you already know this probably, but if you haven't, I have a Soup for the Soul playlist, and one of the Soup for the Souls is called 6 oils you should cook with, 3 you shouldn't. Those are the three. Okay? I don't do those oils because not only is it because of acne, vegetable oil has the capability of causing, and this is the oil we had when we was growing up. This was, growing up, what oil did we have? Vegetable oil. And to this day, it is the most consumed oil on the planet. Vegetable oil, by the way, may consist of soybean, canola, corn, what else is out there? Oh God, what are any type of vegetable oil, depending on the manufacturer, can be used. Any type of veggie that has oil can be used to produce vegetable oil. And like I said, that depends on the manufacturer, the blend, sunflower, safflower, but sunflower and safflower oils are excellent for you. Okay, so there you go. But no, I don't use corn oil, but it's a staple in animal feed, as I was saying. So if you're not a vegetarian and you eat roast like I do, I love roast. I love beef. Love beef. I don't eat pork, but I do eat beef and chicken and turkey. Okay, but focusing on beef, as you guys know, some of you, it is a staple in animal feed. It causes acne. You think that might be the reason why a lot of people have acne? Because even though they may not eat corn, that's irrelevant, but they do eat beef. There's an analogy for you. That could be the cause of your acne. And also, although you may not eat beef, you may eat corn. You're a vegetarian. You consume corn. There you go. But you also consume vegetable oil and corn oil and canola, the oil that people were bragging on that they ate or consumed years ago when it first just really hit the market. Come on now. I used to consume canola. I was a canola chick. Not anymore. Okay, here's another one. Soybean. Now soybeans have been given a bad rap. If you look anywhere on the internet, basically you're going to hear that soybeans are bad for you. They're bad for you. They're bad for you. No, they're not. Here is an analogy. Me being the analytical person I am. Asians consume soybeans like crazy. We've been knowing that. And they live longer. Their lifespan is longer in average more than the average American. They live a long time. But they consume soybeans. But soybeans are supposed to be bad, Kimmy. I never thought soybeans were bad. But doing research, I'm going to tell you right now why soybeans have been considered bad. The research, first of all, is of course done in the U.S. Go back to what I said. Asians live a long time and they consume a lot of soybeans. Okay? They look young. All right, here we go. 93% of freaking soybeans in the U.S. are genetically modified. 93 freaking cents, and this is since 1995 when the FDA approved for them to be modified genetically, and also 82% worldwide. So, oh, and by the way, corn was approved in 1996 to be genetically modified. And how much corn have we had since 1996? If you're 50, anywhere in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and above. Yeah. Had a lot of corn. This is your health, you guys. Excuse me. This is your health. Okay? These pesticides and herbicides and things like that, this is not good. And let me go back to corn right quick. Okay, so corn, excuse me, and I'm losing my voice. Let's see, let me find corn on my list. Field corn was approved to include, why am I losing my voice? Just a moment. My throat is scratchy. There we go. Field corn was approved to include insecticide resistance, herbicides, and tolerance. Insecticide resistance and herbicide tolerance. Soybean this is for livestock. I said corn is a staple in animal feed, but soybean is too. And if 93% of soybean in these here United States are genetically modified, 82% worldwide, and it is a staple in animal feed. There you go. Livestock, poultry, aquaculture, soybeans, aqua. Yeah. And I'm like, what? It's soybean oil. Soybean oil comes from soybeans. Pet food, high oleic acid, which is good. Monounsaturated fatty acids, which is also good. Okay, so soybeans are it. But like I said, 93% in the U.S. is genetically modified, 82% worldwide. What that means is 7% of the soybeans, only 7% of the soybeans produced in the U.S. are not, I said are not, are not genetically modified. So you got to do some soul search and some grocery shopping, right? You got to do some state searching to find states or find where you can get organic soybean oil as well in the U.S. Okay, here's the deal. 82% worldwide is genetically modified. But here is the most shocking of all. The USA, Brazil, and Argentina account for 90% of genetically modified soybeans. Okay, so 93% in the US, 82% worldwide are genetically modified, but USA, Brazil, Argentina account for 90% of genetically modified soybeans. Okay, what does that tell you? Even if you went to another country, you're probably going to get genetically modified soybeans. We need to go to Asia. You need to get your soybeans from Asia. You need to get organic soybeans. You need to find that 7% if you're going to consume them. So basically, soybeans are not bad. The way that they're produced is bad. Okay, and they have been approved to let's see for disease resistance, and yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I did not understand why I would start back on my period. I stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating chicken in 2007 to 2008. And it was because when I would eat chicken, I could have just gotten off of my menstruation. And then I would start back on my menstruation if I had some chicken. Immediately, like within 6 hours, I would start back on my menstruation. You think that might be because of soybeans, insecticides, herbicides, pesticides? Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. The next one is cottonseed. Now, cottonseed oil comes from cotton seeds. Now, we don't go around eating cotton, okay? But just to let you know, cotton has 94% genetically modified as of 1996. And once again, this is from the FDA. They're the Federal Drug and Administration has approved for these items to be genetically modified now, but it was supposedly banned in 2016. Okay, so for those of you who were consuming cottonseed oil, there you go. Alfalfa. This is feed for cows. So I've given you soy, corn, and alfalfa, which is feed for cows. We eat stew, we eat steak, we eat roast, we eat blah, 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 blah. So we're getting this stuff in our system, whether we're doing fruits and vegetables or not. Okay. Alfalfa in the U.S. as of 2006 was approved for genetic modification. I don't have the stats on that because there's not a lot of alfalfa, but I want to say it's at 50-something% produced in the U.S. is genetically modified. Next one is papaya. Okay, here's a shocking revelation. Papaya, Hawaiian, okay, Hawaii, papaya. As of 1997, some of you weren't even born. 1997, the FDA approved for 75%. They didn't approve of 75%. They approved for papaya to be genetically modified. What that equates to is 75% of the papaya produced in Hawaii is genetically mod. And I love papaya in my smoothies. So I have to find that 25%. Yes, 75% of papayas produced in Hawaii. I didn't mention anything anywhere else, but that's a lot, meaning, papayas basically produced mostly in Hawaii. Yeah. 75%, you guys. That's ridiculous. And you would think because of the volcanoes, the volcanic ash, the volcanic soil, you would think papaya. Why would they have to genetically modify papayas when volcanic soil is one of the richest soils because it comes from deep in the earth? It's like dug. You got soil that hasn't even been touched, way down in the core of the earth, and there's this volcano and it erupts and you got all this good soil. So why genetically modified? Could it be because they want to mass produce? They want them to be bigger? Anything. And that's one of the things they do, you guys. Genetic modification also is also inclusive of reducing the size or making the size bigger of fruits and vegetables, by the way. All right. The next one is canola. As of 1999, the FDA approved for canola to be genetically modified. Go figure. 90% of canola is genetically modified. Now you see why I don't do canola oil. Okay, I don't do it. Sorry. You'll sit on the store shelves until the good Lord calls us all up to glory. Okay, I'm not going to go do it. All right. And also when you're consuming foods at a restaurant, it's okay, and you have the right to inquire as to what types of oil was used to produce your meal, or that meal before you order the meal. You have the right to ask that. But yeah, canola, 90% as of 1999. So like Prince says, we're gonna party like it's 1999. You know what? Someone's been partying and profiting off of us since 1999, you guys. Sugar beets. Ooh wee. Okay, first, straight out the gate, let me tell you, sugar inflames acne. Ding. Okay. Not that you eat a little sugar, but if you're having a sugar craving and you're going for it, it's going to probably inflame your acne. Here, I had to get that out of the way. Here we go. Sugar beets. The little burgundy-looking fruit vegetable that no one wants to eat. Okay. What is the purpose of sugar beets? Okay, sugar beets. 90% of sugar beets are genetically modified in the U.S. Sugar, 54%, comes from sugar beets. You didn't know that, did you? See, when I was growing up, my mom would periodically go to the farmer's market downtown, and she would go often, but sometimes when she would go, she would get sugar cane. She would buy us sugar cane, the tall sugar cane, and she would cut it, or my brothers would cut it, and we would suck on it, just doing something like, just a wonderful mom, and it was natural, and she would buy that, not every time, but she would. But as of 2006, 54% of sugar sold in the U.S. is expected to increase as far as the 90% of sugar beets, the crops, is expected to increase. It can only go up 10%, you guys. 90% of sugar beets in the U.S. are genetically modified. Of that 90%, 54% of sugar sold in the U.S. comes from sugar beets. Yeah, so what you got to do is find the other 46% of sugar that is not produced with sugar beets, but sugar cane. Jesus of Nazareth, well, I'm telling you. Here we go. The staple in everyone's lab, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's a lie. An apple a day will probably bring the doctor to you, or you're going to go to the doctor. Because apples, as of 2017, have been approved by the FDA to be genetically modified. Let me go back and do some things right now. Okay, I told you the reason why soybeans were approved for GMO. I told you why corn was approved. Let me tell you why papaya, cottonseed, and sugar beets. Papaya was approved for disease resistance. Cottonseed was approved for insect resistance and herbicide tolerance. Sugar beets, which is what I was on, was approved for herbicide tolerance. Okay. Squash. I haven't gotten the squash. I don't think I've gotten the squash. No, not yet. Okay, and I did canola. Alfalfa was approved for herbicide tolerance. Yes, here we go. The apple. The apple was approved for non-browning. You have been wondering, I know you guys have, think about it, for the last years, why your apples, before you buy them in the store, are just sitting there really cutesy and green and red and, and all that. They're just cute. Just cute. And they have no spots on them. But as soon as you get them home, I won't know, after you get them home, you've been able to keep them for a minute, really. As a matter of fact, I've been able to keep apples for a long time. Now, it's really hitting me. In my bowl and my fruit bowl, I've been able to keep them for a long time without them turning brown. It literally takes them a month to turn brown, but I have so many of them because I put them in my smoothies. Yeah, 2017, you guys. Keep them from turning brown. So that's idiotic. So our government, the FDA, has approved for our apples to not turn brown. That's amazing. And killing us at the same time. Makes me wonder, do they eat these particular fruits and vegetables they have approved for genetic modification? Okay, potatoes. Ooh, we can tear some potatoes up. I just had some yesterday. And as a matter of fact, all last week I had potatoes. Oh my God, you guys, I didn't want anything else but some smothered potatoes. As a matter of fact, I might make some today. Sadly, your potatoes are 2016 genetically modified, you guys, most of them. Now, if it says organic, supposedly these items are not genetically modified. Those are, if it says organic on the package, let me make a note. It is not supposedly, because I'm not the farmer. I don't work for them. It's supposedly not genetic modified. Okay, let me make that note. But if it does not say organic, and this is the world we live in, chances are it is genetically modified. But potatoes. Now, here's the deal. It was initially approved in 1994 for potatoes to be genetically modified. It was withdrawn in 2001, but got approved again in 2016. Squash. As of 1995. Oh, let me go back to potatoes. Potatoes were approved to reduce bruising and black spots and non-browning. Colors. They want your potatoes to stay the official color. And so our FDA approved for them to have pesticides. Okay. To produce them. Pesticides in the soil. All right. Here we go. Squash, 1995, you guys. Let me hurry this up. Squash was approved in 1995 for disease resistance. You know what I feel? I just feel like, why don't you just dig a little deeper in the earth to plant these? But if you dig a little deeper in the earth, that would mean you would have to do more work. And it would mean it would take the crop longer to get up to the top and blah, 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 blah. Or why don't, and this is the reason why a good farmer tills his farm. He tills the soil before planting the crop. Because when you till the soil, meaning you get the big equipment and you let it roll over the soil and dig up dirt way down below, you're going to probably have you're going to have a better crop because the soil below has not been touched. The soil above, all kinds of stuff from rain. The rain has made stuff roll down. You've got feces and urine and all, just some of everything. Okay. Lastly is maize. Now maize is corn. Okay, some people call maize corn and corn maize, but as of 2014, 30% of maize was approved for genetic modification. Yeah, you guys. So there you have it. And I couldn't believe it. And also cotton I told you cotton was approved for insecticide resistance and herbicide tolerance. But I don't have the one on squash. So, yeah. So, there you have it. This is Kimmy Wyatt. You guys do some research on your food before you put it in your mouth. And also, you have the right to ask the restaurant, just what type of oil are you using to produce my food? Okay. Let me give you a tip. Safflower, sunflower, grapeseed, avocado, coconut, and olive are excellent oils. If they tell you those 6, put your fork in the plate. This is Kimmy Wyatt. Gotta go. Hasta la vista. Buenas horas, buenas noches. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Au revoir, Salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao, Bella. Ciao, Bello. Gotta go. Smooches. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to comment. There you go. All right.